What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Ballin' with the Boys. Today, we're going to go over our last predictions for the Super Bowl coming up. Right now, we got Kansas City versus Cincinnati. Justin, how you feel about this matchup?
I mean, obviously, we've already went in and beat the Chiefs 3 times. Why can't we make it 4-0? I mean, we're already calling it Burrowhead Stadium.
Not seen that.
We're going to keep that rolling. I don't think that we really have too much worries, especially with Mahomes on that bum knee. But, of course, that 3-0 record, Kansas City is going to be wanting that win, and they got that home territory. But Bengals all the way. Who Dey Nation, they're going to win that.
Who Dey said it'll be so bad. Sorry. For sure. I totally agree with you on the Cincinnati thing. I feel like Burrow is probably going to head there again. Mahomes, I honestly think that his ankle's still jacked up, no matter what the injury report says. And Cincinnati's line, I mean, without 2 starters, they did perfect over the Bills' defense.
Yeah, I mean, I only seen, I think, maybe a couple flags, both on those second-string linemen that we had come up, not really for that much yardage. It didn't hurt us. They played really well during that game, and I think if they can hold up a Bills' defensive line, then they shouldn't have too much trouble holding up Kansas City's defensive line, hopefully.
So where do you see this game going more, air or on the ground?
I think it might start off more ground-heavy, and then depending on how that's going for us, we might start to see those.
Well, Mahomes don't really have
field.
Mahomes got Schuster. He's got Hardman back. I mean, but he really ain't got a lot of the targets that he once had.
He definitely does not have his main weapons like he did the first few years when we seen him in the playoffs.
I did see an injury report. Well, not really an injury report, but Travis Kelce has an illness. Man, he's questionable. But, I mean, it's your last game. It could be possibly your last game. There's no way you're going to sit out.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like you got to almost go through your own flu game in that kind of situation.
Most definitely.
However, he's going to come into the flu game and he'll lose his. Cincinnati, like I said, is going to take that dub. And then the next game we got coming up is 49ers versus the Eagles.
That game is going to be something. I mean, they both have targets to throw to, both quarterbacks. The run game is really good. I mean, you got Christian McCaffrey, you got Miles Sanders. Christian McCaffrey will have to work for most of his yards, though, because that defense is really good. Then, I mean, Eagles, Miles Sanders, he's shown the yards he can put up. But really, it's A.J. Brown and Devonta Smith that's been working the most to get the touchdowns for him. Who you got for the game, though? I'm taking 49ers.
Since we are picking who we think's going to win and not who we want to go, I'm going to have to go with the Eagles on this one. If we was picking who we wanted to go, it's the 49ers all the way. But I just kind of feel like the Eagles, after what I seen them do last week, they have a chance to take it, especially if the 49ers come and play how they did against the Cowboys last week. There's no way they come into that game playing like that and beat the Eagles.
Yeah, that shouldn't have been that close of a game, honestly, for how well. But then again, I mean, Brock Purdy coming in, he still probably has got the nervousness of, like, dude, I'm really here in the playoffs. Like, this is real. So, he wants to be that leader. Clearly, he wants to be that QB1 next season. So, like, all that's probably running through his mind. And I'm sure, he's probably, like, telling himself, like, I can't be overthinking this. But clearly, as you've seen with the Cowboys game, it was too close to call. So, luckily, they came out with that win, though, because clearly it ain't Cowboys years again. But we'll get into that another time.
We can go ahead and get into why it's not the Cowboys' year right now anyway, because we got a little bit of stats for you guys on who the people under the NFL comment section think are going to be the playoff or the Super Bowl matchups. But while we was getting those stats, we happened to see a decent amount of Cowboys comments.
First comment we got was, I missed annual Cowboys Elimination Day.
Then next we seen we all win when the Cowboys lose. And, I mean, I kind of felt that one.
Then we had NFL needs to stop putting the Cowboys in the playoffs.
Next, we seen most unwatched playoffs ever. That was by a Cowboys fan. I looked into it.
And then we have them boys going home.
Yeah, I have to make sure that everybody knows exactly where they're going because it ain't the Super Bowl and it definitely wasn't the next week in the playoffs. After that, we had would have been better if it was Dallas versus Philadelphia. That was also from a butthurt Cowboys fan.
Next year is our year. Refs cheated.
Classic thing you see when they lose every single year. Also, we had damn Cowboys. I had faith.
And then, of course, I hope all four of them teams lose.
And to end it all, we seen one person, a Cowboys fan, who had to specify that they really hated being a Cowboy fan. And I don't know if it's too late, if any other teams will take you, but I mean it. Not the Bengals. We don't want you. No, we're gonna have to cut that last.
Don't be a bandwagon. Just stick with the L.
I
We all had to go through it. All right, let's get into Super Bowl voting predictions. Kansas City and 49ers were 17%. Kansas City and the Eagles was 20%. Cincinnati and 49ers were 33%, which was the highest percentage on our comments. And then Cincinnati versus the Eagles was 30%. So that 49ers and Eagles is up in the air, but clearly you got 50-50 on each thing.
I mean, yeah, it almost seems like a lot of people want Cincinnati beating Kansas City this week. So, I mean, a lot of the votes are going towards them, which, like, sure, you can rock with us all you want, but most of those votes aren't going to be there next season when they go back to their teams.
Yeah, most definitely. And, guys, as we close out, I hope your guys' teams are still in the playoffs. If not, as Dallas fans, there's always next year. And, Justin, would you like to close us out?
Make sure to check us out on all of our social medias at Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, all at Ballin' with the Boys, as well as our YouTube channel where we upload our newest videos. Follow with the Boys as well. And while you're there, like, subscribe, and leave a couple comments under some of our videos. Make sure you also turn on our post notifications and stay ballin' with your boys.
Hold on, that's not it, though. We got a special guest coming, guys. Next video, so stay tuned for that video. Your boys are out.